Hello. I'm going to do one more video this week, answering some kind of questions, or comments actually. Still getting comments on the secret rapture. That word, people you should know, was made up by the rapture deniers. At least that's what I think, because we know it's not in the Bible. We know that, for instance, rapture is not in the Bible. It's called the caught up. And caught up is exactly that. People are getting caught up without their interfering. We can't be deceived when it comes to the rapture. Jesus alone is pulling out his bride. Nobody else. We don't see him in the sky and then we follow some crazy person. It's not what's going to happen. I know there's a lot of people that believe in this, what they call Project Bluebeam. And that's where the rumor goes around that they will stage a fake rapture. Even if they stage a fake rapture, people, the true believers will not follow anybody who is an impostor of Jesus. Because we know that Jesus will not, for the bride, appear in the sky. Okay? We know that. We will be snatched out. And we'll be with the Lord in a twinkling of an eye. Of course, people always, quote 1 Thessalonians 4 and say, well, that's not our secret rapture. Well, that's because they don't continue to read 1 Thessalonians 5. The bride will be taken out in a twinkling of an eye. The world will not know it. That's just the way it is. Now, here is the tricky thing for those people that think, oh, we are going to be deceived. The problem is, if you think you're going to make it through the wrath of God, you are deceived. Because during the wrath of God, and see, people are just saying, oh, it's just tribulation. No, during the wrath of God, the mark of the beast will be administered. Okay? And everybody will have to take the mark of the beast or you will be beheaded. So those people who are making it to the end, when Jesus appears in the sky, guess what? Those people will have the mark of the beast. What does that mean? That means you're going to be lost because you were deceived. And believe me, if you are left behind when Jesus comes for his bride, you will be deceived. Matter of fact, you will not even know about the mark of the beast. You'll be so deceived, just like those people during the pandemic. Our government is already giving us so many lies. I watched a little bit of the debate from yesterday between Trump and Harris. It's debate, well, I shouldn't call it a debate, should I? Somebody said, no, it wasn't a debate. Definitely not a debate. If you know what a debate is, I hope you don't see what Trump and Kamala Harris did as a debate. They didn't debate. They threw mud at each other. And even the people that conducted the interview, they were just as liars as the both of them. I'm going to say the both of them. They're manipulating the masses. That's all they're doing. And people are drawn into their game. That's all it is. It's a staged game they're playing. And then they're screaming, oh, our democracy, our democracy. We don't have a democracy. How can you think we have a democracy with politicians like we have, that are nothing but liars? Democracy with media, a media we have. We don't have any more democracy. Our freedom of speech is gone. And believe me, when the rapture happens, the catching out of the bride after that is going to get worse. Because the government will totally take over. They have already prepared. Regardless of Harris is going to be the president or Trump. They both have to be committed to implement the plan that the man of sin is giving them. Yeah, get it right, people. The man of sin is behind our government. So now figure out who the man of sin is. Scream all you want about the secret rapture. Because once you're not going to be picked up, the mark of the beast will be implemented. Now you can scream all you want. Oh no, oh no, oh no. No. The minute, well, I shouldn't say the minute, but right after, the bride is gone, people. Right after. The government has to keep control. There's going to be a lot of turmoil. Because some people will claim, oh no, it was a false alien invasion. Some say, no, the government, it was a red flag by the government, blah, blah, blah. And the government has to control the masses. And so, yeah, lots of people that are not going along with the government will be picked up. And the government will implement the mark of the beast. Of course, there's these rapture deniers that say, oh, the mark of the beast is the Sunday law. Listen, people. Mark of the beast is when you cannot buy or sell. That's the mark of the beast. Anybody who does not have the mark of the beast cannot sell or buy. Where can that be the Sunday law? The Sunday law is already implemented by the Catholic Church. Go to Germany, you will know. It's been implemented forever. Maybe not in the States, but in Germany, stores are closed, people don't work. They have been, put under guilt trip forever, at least since I was a little kid, to believe that, oh, you cannot work on Sunday because if you do, God's going to strike you dead. I know it. So no, that's not the mark of the beast. The mark is a beast is a sign from the government. Without that mark, you cannot buy or sell, own, do anything, any transaction, financial transaction. So how are you going to live? How are you going to survive? And they will be implementing that. And who is going to survive that? I don't think anybody. Unless you can go up and be one of these, I'm not even calling them a prepper, because at this point in my development, I don't even think preppers will survive. Why? They can be prepped, but the property they own is still owned by the government. And when they have something that is owned by the government, or it's registered by the government will find them. They'll have to pay taxes on it. How are they going to, survive? They're going to have to take the mark of the beast, or the government is going to take away their property. So unless you are, they call that bushcraft, okay? if you familiar with what bushcraft is, people that survive in the wilderness, unless you can do that, survive somewhere in the wilderness, you are not going to survive. You're going to have to either take the mark of the beast or be beheaded. These silly people, and they are silly, okay? Maybe they're just trying to push people's button, I don't know. But they're not using their brain when they're saying, oh, the people that believe in the rapture are going to be deceived. No, we don't get deceived. Why? Because we're sitting here waiting for the Lord to pick us up, to snatch us out, because that's what rapture is. Jesus snatching us out in 1 minute. We are here, and then another minute we're gone. Nobody is collecting us. We're not following anybody. We're not going to see the Lord in the sky in this fake Project Bluebeam event. We're not going to do that. When I see the Lord in the sky, I know it's going to be fake. But all these other people, they may not think it's fake. How do you know it's fake or not? When you believe that the Lord will appear in the sky, how do you know? Oh, of course, these people think they will actually go through the wrath of God. And then at the end of the wrath of God, they will see the Lord in the sky. Somebody sent me a whole bunch of verses. Whole bunch. And yes, those verses are correct. He will, he will definitely appear in the sky. There is no doubt in my mind he's going to appear in the sky. So I can't deny that. But again, just because he's appearing in the sky, eventually does not mean, it does not exclude that he will come for his bride on a different event. When the people see him in the sky, that's the people that they're still left over after the wrath. And that's another thing, okay? Believe me, people, it's not tribulation that you're going to go through. It's the wrath of God. Have you ever read Revelation 16 or Revelation, let's say, 8 through 11? Are you familiar with the things that are going to happen here soon? Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the pole shift? Are you familiar with the 6,000-year catastrophic cycle? Really? Are you prepped for that? Are you prepped for that? Again, are you prepped for the government taking your property or making you take the mark of the beast if you don't pay your taxes? Are you prepped for that? Nobody is going to make it, well, very few people are going to make it through this time without taking the mark. And then very few make it even, with a mark. Please, don't be ignorant. Read Revelation 16. That's the wrath of God. The wrath of God is told to you twice in Revelation. Read it. So you know the things that are coming upon this earth very soon here. No, it's not a cakewalk. Oh, it's tribulation. No, it's not tribulation. Somebody even mentioned Jacob's trouble, and it is only for the Jews. How ignorant can people be? That's ignorant. And, I'm wondering, again, I have said before, I have a lot less English-speaking people finding my videos. And then half of the ones that are responding to my videos are people that are denying things that are clearly in the scripture. I mean, downright ignoring things. So they're cherry picking, right? Oh yeah, this is what the Bible says, that every eye will see him, every eye will see him in the sky. I'm not doubting that. Every eye that's still left, every person that is still left after the wrath of God, it's not very many people. Are you going to see him right now? No. The people at the end will see him at the end of the wrath of God. Those people had to go through earthquakes. Every city in this world will be destroyed. Please read it. They will have to go through the Armageddon War, during which all our young men, or men, period, whatever is left after the wrath of God, will go and be killed. So who is going to be left? Definitely not any of the young people, or maybe young women. If they end up, they will also draft young women. This is what they're preparing us for right now. In every one of the films, who are they showing as the hero? It's not a male anymore, it's a female hero. So they're training our women right now, our young girls, to go to war. So when the Armageddon War happens, our men and women will be there. They will be killed there. They'll ship them off over to the Middle East. And that's where they're going to be killed. So who is going to be left? Again, did you look at the wrath of God? All the plagues that are happening. A third of the water will be poisoned, the people will die. A third of the landmass is going to be burned up. Who's going to be left over? What else? Have you really read Revelation? Or are you just blabbering the nonsense out just to deceive people? I am so surprised that human beings can become pawns or puppets for Satan. Really. Instead of saving people and warning people, they're deceiving them and misleading them. And unfortunately, of course, here's the unfortunate thing, is that people are so deceptive. I mean, they can be so deceived. They can be so deceived, people. That's what we're seeing today. Very much. With those people that are actually still believing our political system. It doesn't matter what side you're on. They're all playing games. Both sides are playing games. And no matter who is going to be president, that person is the false prophet. And what's the false prophet doing? He's presenting actually a fake democracy. And that false prophet has presented a fake democracy to the whole world. A fake hope. And you know what? The United States has brought it into the world. The United States, and they're not waking up. Like I said, I don't see people flocking to the truth. I don't see people flocking to the truth. In the opposite. They are putting down the truth. They have so many agents that are putting down the truth. Somebody called me, grandma or something? Like, really? I mean, the disrespect is wild. It's going really wild. Okay? Disrespect is crazy. Our young people have no more respect for the the elderly or the older people. The older people that are supposed to be role models. Now, do you think that came from a true believer? I don't think so. So obviously, non-believers are infiltrating and love to just put down the Christians. People, I had to make this video today. This is my last one this week. I also want to thank all those people that have great, encouraging comments. And that's the only reason I make these videos. I mean, there's many times I just want to give up and just say, what the heck? What am I doing here? What am I doing? People don't want to hear the truth anymore. They don't. And look at the people. Look at the people of the United States. What has happened? What has happened to the United States and its people? I think God has waited way too long for this wrath. Of course, I can say that because I understand he has his reasons. He definitely has his reasons for waiting this long. Who am I to, question God? But if you look at what the United States is doing, and they're bringing their beliefs into this world. They bring liberalism into this world. They bring corruption into this world, and they have done that for years and years and years. And then claim that they're bringing democracy. See, this is what the false prophet is doing. Okay? Because people say, oh, that's a religious person. And it's not just one person. Because it's the beast out of the earth. And the beast out of the earth is an empire. It's the last empire on this earth, and that is the United States. And the United States is the false prophet. Because he brings false religion, falsehood, into this world. Religion, what is it? I have talked about that before. Humanism. That's the false religion that they are pushing on this world. Humanism. Look who is running. Okay, look who's running. I watched the debate. Oh yeah, Harris wants abortion because, it's my body. Well, how about the child's body? And she's standing there just laughing about, children being aborted all the way up to the 9th month. And she is, my goodness, how horrible is it when there's going to be a ban on abortion? Which, of course, is not true. There was never a ban on abortion for what? Since the 70s? I live in Colorado. We don't have a ban. In the opposite, they just pushed through a law that you can again abort babies until the 9th month. And how long will it take until all the rest of the, especially the democratic states, follow along with it? Oh yeah, that's where we at, people. That's where we at. But it's not just that, people. It's everything else. We have politicians that lie, that support war, and it doesn't matter what side it is, whether it's the Republican or the Democrats. They support war, blood, 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 and blood, and blood. What did I read in Isaiah 26:19 through 21? Why does the wrath of God come upon this earth? Because of the bloodshed. Because of the bloodshed. How many bloodshed? No, it's not just the United States. Yes, I understand. The bloodshed has been going on for 6,000 years. That's what I'm saying. How can God wait that long? How can he wait that long? It's just beyond me. It's really beyond me, really. I don't understand it. But again, I don't understand God anyways. So don't hold me responsible. I don't understand God. He has his reasons, and I have to trust him. He sees so much more than I do. I look at it very narrow-mindedly. I understand that. But we need to wake up. And it's extremely sad. It's very sad that I do get comments the way I do, the comments that I get. Because I make it very clear in my videos. I read the Bible, right? I read it. And they're just ignoring it. They just, whatever, you know what? I'm still going to put the ones out that I want. People, I'm coming to an end. This is supposed to be a shorter video, but again. Anyways, people, I don't know. I will continue making videos. I'm just hoping that people are waking up. We don't have too much time left. Again, we're getting very close to the Feast of Trumpets. And if you're not familiar with the feasts of the Lord, and I'm not talking about the Jewish feasts, because the Jews are blind. They don't see it. They don't see what these feasts are about. They celebrate it in their own worldly traditions, and that's about it. They don't know the way of the Lord. They pretend to be the people of God and don't know God. How's that happening? Because they're liars too. That's why. They're not truly the people of God. People of God are believers in Messiah. Always been there. Always been there and always will be that way. And those are the people that will be picked up. Jesus will come for his bride in the middle of the night when everybody else is sleeping and slumbering. And he will pull his bride out. Nobody will know, and I'll guarantee you that the government is not going to let anybody know either. And if you go against the government, your head will go off. They will pick you up. It's just the way it is. Coming to an end. Let the Holy Spirit guide you always.